May thy soldiers, faithful, true, and bold, fight as the saints who nobly fought of old, and win with them the victor's crown of gold. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once more to What Do You Know? Now, each year, the World Health Organization sets aside October the 10th to celebrate mental health. This year, this important activity has been repeated. Basic Needs, a mental health organization in close collaboration with the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, What Do You Know, is organizing this special mental health program. There are very important personalities, ladies and gentlemen. At the appropriate time, I would make a firm declaration of the names of these individuals whose presence here certainly lend gold to this occasion. The contestants are known individuals in the What Do You Know process, and very quickly, I would ask them to introduce themselves. The contestants.
Under the tutelage of Mr. John Lakabot Tajim, aka Nyerere.
My name is John Awuni, a native of Zwabuliga in the Pusga district of the Upper East region, now at Newtown, Accra.
Hamid Husseini from Wa in the Upper West and residing in Tema.
Anthony Oyagbelu, tutor, the youngsters senior high school, Adenta Accra.
Put your hands together. Welcome all of them. We are known personalities in What Do You Know. Hamid Husseini. When did you come from? Yesterday. Yes, but you live in Tema.
Yes, sir.
That is it. What is the name? But you introduce yourself in a very long way. John Lakabo is your tutor, as it were. Yeah. But who is the Nyerere here? Are you the Nyerere? It's Lakabo.
Yeah.
Who is the Nyerere?
Yeah.
What about you? Put your hands together. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. But this certainly is a very important event, and so it has been graced by men of honor. Ibrahim Musa is the community-based rehabilitation advisor, Basic Needs Ghana. Welcome him. Ibrahim, thank you. Vivienne Quay is a community psychiatric nurse, Lekma Hospital. Welcome her. Thank you. Joseph Mensah, a civil society organization, grant advisor, Site Savers. Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, and a host of other individuals, ladies and gentlemen. Now, thank you very much. These personalities here are conversant with the rules, and there's no need for me to spell out the rules anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Suffice it to say that, of course, those who would win the competition would gain very important prizes. Round one, question one. Collins. Mensa. Collins.
Yeah.
Now, you have come under the tutelage of John Lakabo, who is Nyerere. And you've still not given us your nickname. Now, in 2020, the United Nations General Assembly, UNGA, is focusing the final 10 years of action on the Sustainable Development Goals. In 2020, the United Nations General Assembly focused on the final 10 years of action on the Sustainable Development Goals. Now, to achieve the SDGs, now it is vital that we include mental health, Now, without prioritizing mental health, we will not achieve these goals. How does the UNGA refer to this period?
Decade of action.
It's a decade of action. It's a decade of action. Thank you. Now, but you see, again, mental health sits very clearly, very patently in the Sustainable Development Goal. No qualms about that. No, by 2030, we are supposed to reduce by 1/3 premature mortality from non-communicable diseases through prevention and treatment, and to promote mental health and well-being of individuals. Now, with the indicator specifying a reduced suicide mortality rate, as it were. However, mental health is a cross-cutting issue that is relevant across virtually all of the SDGs. Now, which SDG talks about health and well-being? John, Awuni.
The question again.
Which SDGs? The prefatory message, was laced with longevity. But which SDG talks about health and well-being?
SDG 30.
Come again, another SDG. I hope it is not a Lotto.
130.
Sorry?
130.
Oh, but is 130 among the Lotto numbers? Aminu.
SDG 35.
Oh, 35 can drop, but this is not correct. Yabero.
SDG 3.
3 is correct. 3 is correct. Thank you. 3 is correct. 3. Single 3. Now, in May 2020, the United Nations Secretary General pledged that, quote, UN agencies will increase inclusion of mental health and psychosocial support in their work across sectors and countries to improve the overall effectiveness and impact of their COVID-19 response and recovery activities, unquote. Since then, ladies and gentlemen, the United Nations Friends of Mental Health Group published a statement calling on the United Nations member states and all actors concerned to address the mental health dimension of the pandemic. This statement has been signed by a number of governments, all agreeing that it is crucial that we all act together. Crucial that we all act together, in quotes. How many governments signed this statement? Is it John? Oyabero?
95.
95 governments signed the statement. 95 governments signed the statement. Now, it is your turn, my friend Collins. You have come under the supervision of John Lakobo. Listen, according to the World Health Organization report 2014, risk factors for suicide include mental illness, acute breakdown of marriages. Now, you'll mention any other 2 risk factors you know, which are enunciated, as it were, in this report. You understand?
Job loss and bullying.
Sorry?
Job loss and
You do so intense anyway. Job loss and what?
bullying.
And what?
Bullying.
Bullying. Oh, I don't think so.
Okay, job loss and relationship.
Sorry?
Job loss and relationship.
And relationship, put your hands together.
Child abuse and bullying, and then poverty.
Child abuse and what?
And bullying.
And what?
Bullying. Or when, like, kids who
Yeah,
were
I
bullied.
understand. Yeah, go.
And then poverty.
And poverty, you're right. You understand? Bullying or abuse of the child and poverty. Yes, Fusaini.
Fear of threat.
Fear
Of threat. Now, maybe something being happened to you.
Fear of threats.
Yes, sir. Or fear of threat or danger.
It appears I cannot concur with this proposition. Oyabero.
Alcohol abuse.
Alcohol abuse and what?
Previous suicide attempt.
Previous suicide attempt. You understand? You understand? You have had your turn. Thank you very much. You understand? We have, in this scheme of things, distress, poverty, relationships, physical illnesses, job losses, exposure to violence, abuse of the child, which include bullying of the child, alcohol or drug abuse, a previous attempt at suicide, and access to high lethality suicide methods. You understand? High lethality suicide methods. Now, for 3 points, is it you again? Colin. Collins, suicide. I just indicated suicide as one of the items in the scheme of things. Now, it's a major public health concern, obviously. Now, over 47,000, a whopping 47,000 people die, through this, malevolent method. Now, these 47,000 people who departed this earth through this gruesome process of death happened in 2017. Which country did it happen?
United States of America.
The United States of America. The United States of America. Now, John Awuni, you see, World Mental Health Day, as I indicated in the initial message, it is observed on 10th October every year. Now, but they certainly have an objective, you understand? They're not just roaming, talking by heart. They have a focus. State the overall objective of the World Health Mental Day. What is the objective?
The objective of World Mental Health Day is to sensitize people about mental health and its treatment, and yes, something like that.
And the what?
Sensitization of mental health worldwide, create awareness, and then find treatment to that effect.
Let me see. Oh yes, he says he disagrees with you, and so let's see what his idea is.
Creating awareness of mental health worldwide and mobilizing effort in support of.
Because you know the thing backwards. Put one. You understand? I do not have any option. He has at his word, put forward all the words in this scheme of things, all the words available to raise awareness of mental health issues around the world. You tried to do it, but I think that you only, as it were, captured only a portion of this of the answer, only a portion. The other side, was left unconquered. Raise awareness of mental health issues around the world in the first place, and coupled with it, mobilizing efforts to support mental health. For 3 points, Amidu again. Amidu, mental health, according to the World Organization, it is a state of well-being in which every individual realizes his or her own potential. Now, they can cope with the normal stresses of life, they can work productively and fruitfully, and is able to make a contribution to his or her community. This is the overall grand concept of mental health. But how would you define health in the words of the WHO, now that you are capable of producing words?
It's a complete state of physical, social, and mental being of an individual, and not merely the absence of diseases or infirmities.
You nearly left out the second portion. You nearly left out the second portion. But salvation came to you eventually. Salvation came to you. It arrived, to save you. The Holy Grail. Now, Anthony Oyagoro. Oya, very quickly. Oya is quickly, not so. Mental health. It occupies a central position in the developmental framework of Ghana. Why should we be interested in mental health? You understand? Now, wait. In this area, you would give me only one, and democratically, all of you would have the opportunity of delivering one each. So you would start the exercise. Why should we be interested in mental health? It's a critical question that deserves a poignant answer. Why? Give me one.
Affect us.
Sorry?
It can affect us all, irrespective of age, status, or gender.
Because it can affect us all.
Irrespective of age, status, or gender.
It is correct. It is correct. Heads. Your turn.
It reduces the productivity of the country since the country's labor force is at risk.
Sorry? It does what?
Reduce the productivity of the country since the labor force are like prone to this event.
You see, there's a higgledy-piggledy, you know, in the answer. You understand? You know it, but the words have not been properly put in their proper perspective.
Okay, it is a social
business. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to operate within the rules of the competition. John!
We are all at risk.
Of course, I know. Just as he was.
Yes.
So continue.
So we need to be educated about mental health.
We are all at risk, which I agree with, but in this context, no. Yes, Amidu.
It affects the employment or the employment of the capacity of manpower.
Yes, you want manpower? Yes, but manpower will not help you. Gabriel!
I started.
Oh, you started it. Now, all of you, I must congratulate all of you anyway. I think that the performance was credible, except that, you know, the issues were not directly hammered upon. It can affect all of us, irrespective of sex, age, or social status or standing, you understand? And then it could affect us all, whether directly, you understand? If it does not affect you directly, it could affect you indirectly, in the other apparent way, indirectly. Now, it is a burden on every family and society, it's a colossal burden on every family and society. It can lead to other illnesses. It engenders stigma and discrimination. It promotes stigma and discrimination, and finally it gives rise to unproductivity. It leads to low productivity and unemployment and the loss of jobs in consequence. End of round one.
Televisa presents.
When someone takes from you what you love the most, and your soul is shredded in pain, the heart becomes of stone and refuses to love again. Albeit a promise.
Hija, prométeme que vas a ir a California. Reconcíliate con tu mamá.
Can restore hope. And even the coldest of hearts.
¿Tú quién eres? ¿Y qué haces aquí?
May allow love yet again. Because in this land, the fruit of pain is not always sour. Irina Baeva, Gabriel Soto, and a wonderful cast. Along Came Love.
At the end of the first round of this year's World Mental Health Day celebration, John Awuni, Upper East Region, has 3 points. Amidu Fuseni Wa in the Upper West Region has 4 points. Collins Kuda from the Volta region has 9 points. Anthony Oyagberu is in the lead with 10 points.
I would invite you to put your hands together and in a very loud way applaud the performance of Antonio Yagbero at the end of this round of competition. This is the beginning of the whole process. We have 2 more rounds to navigate. So let's see what happens in these remaining rounds of the competition. With the permission of my producer, round 2, question 1, Yagbero. I am a persistent or recurrent irrational fear and a feeling of insecurity. Insecurity about imaginary objects or real things or situations. Who am I?
Anxiety disorder.
It is correct. Now, the 3 points. I am a condition. If I visit you, you will show signs of depression in the morning, signs and symptoms of mania in the evening, or vice versa. I am a combination of depression and mania. Who am I, Collins?
Bipolar disorder.
Bipolar disorder. I am a severe mental disorder in which thoughts and emotions are so impaired, so much so that contact is lost with external reality.
Epilepsy.
Who am I?
I am epilepsy.
You are not epilepsy. Tell me properly who you are, who I am anyway.
Schizophrenia.
No, who am I?
The question again, sir.
No, I am a severe mental disorder in which thoughts and emotions are so impaired that contact is lost with external reality. You understand? So impaired to the extent that you lose contact, you lose connection, as it were, with the reality externally. Seconds running out.
Autism.
Auna. Sorry?
Autism.
Look. Yadaro.
Psychosis.
Psychosis are correct. Listen to this one. I am a chronic disorder. I am a chronic disorder, the hallmark of which is recurrent, unprovoked, uncomfortable condition. Many people in my state may have other symptoms of neurological problems as well. Who am I?
Epilepsy.
Epilepsy is correct. I think you've all had your turn in this area.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
You've all had your turn, yes. So let me go on to this one. Now, and tell me for 3 points, Collins. Now, how would you define drug or substance abuse? You understand? It has been bandied about globally. Drug abuse, substance abuse, and so on. Now, we would want a proper, crisp, accurate, critical definition of what constitutes drug abuse or substance abuse. What is it?
Is the use of drugs without medical prescription.
Oh, so yesterday I bought some paracetamol somewhere. Am I abusing? I don't think so. You understand? Yes.
It is an illicit usage of drugs or alcohol in the wrong quantities.
Yeah, that certainly is also a vibrant idea on this subject. It's good. Yes, but Amidu.
It is either overusage or underusage of drugs.
That is also correct. I mean, to a degree. Yes, but you, Yagbero.
Drug abuse refers to when a person takes a drug which has not been prescribed by a medical professional or taking excess of what has been prescribed for the person.
I think that your duty, what you decided to do, was to bring together all the substances which have been put forward. So that all the issues which were propounded by your friends. So that certainly is a commendable effort. But I'm afraid it is the use, you understand, of the drug in such a way that it is that it becomes a mind-altering agent to the extent that it interferes with the individual's biological, psychological, or socio-cultural integrity. You understand? Now, you could have broken these, as it were, high words down. You understand? But I wanted elements. Breaking down the individual's biological, his psychological, and his socio-cultural integrity. You understand? His relationship with the people and his friends and so on, and family and other people and life in the society. These things ought to be enumerated. The use of the drug in such a way that it alters the mind to the extent that it interferes with the individual's biological, individual psychological, or socio-cultural integrity, or socio-cultural, as it were, surrounding or environment. Now listen, is it Colin? Now, if drug abuse is the use of any mind-altering agent that alters the total status of an individual, then what is a drug? We've dealt with drug abuse, substance abuse, but how would you define the drug itself? What is a drug?
A drug is any substance which, when taken in, has a physiological effect on the individual.
Has a what? You introduce something a bit.
A physiological effect.
Physiological. Yes, Abudi.
Drug is any substance when taken has some psychological, physiological effect on the one who takes it.
So that you want to tap on my previous integrity, as it were. my previous exhibition of knowledge on that subject. Yes, but that's an effort. It shows he is a veteran, quiz contestant. Yes, I mean.
Drug is any medicine that can cure, harm, or have any adverse effect on mankind or anybody.
You say that can do it. No, come out.
A drug is any medicine that can cure or harm mankind or any biological living.
Oh, okay. That's an effort. But let me test, let me test the integrity of Oyagbero. Today, integrity is on the floor.
Drug is any substance used in the treatment, cure, prevention, and diagnosis of diseases in human and other animals.
Say it again.
Drug is any substance used in the treatment, cure, prevention, and diagnosis of diseases in human and other animals.
Okay, put your hands together for it. You understand? You see the thing? All the other contestants, I must say, performed creditably. But his is a cut above. You understand? The exhibition of marvelous knowledge by these contestants. You see? But there was one little substance, but in as much as it's a bonus question, and having in me that irreversible power to award less than the maximum number of points, I am compelled to award him 1 point. Otherwise, I'll reduce the number of points because it ought to be differentiated from food. Any substance other than food. You understand? Any substance other than food that is used in diagnosis, in cure, in treatment or prevention of diseases in man and other, you enunciated all these qualities, and that was perfection. But other than food, 1 point for you. Put your hands together for it. 1 point. But you would start this area for us. Now this would be another area. Listen. What are the signs and symptoms of drug abuse? You understand? They're myriad. The myriad signs and symptoms. Your duty will be to give me one. All of you will give me
cocaine bags.
Sorry, wait, take it easy.
Cocaine bags.
Cocaine bags. Cocaine bags is correct. Cocaine bags. You understand? How would you exhibit cocaine bags? You know it, but you don't know how it manifests. Show me. Cocaine bags. Yeah? You know the way they react, you know, and so on. Yes, Colin.
Restlessness.
Restlessness. Without even looking, I think that how restless. Yes. Second chance.
Vomiting.
Vomiting. What would be the vomiters? John, I will.
Hangover.
Hangover, you know it so well. Huh? Because yesterday you had it.
No, sir.
No, I know you wouldn't drink. John does not drink. Eh? Oh, but second, no, it's gone. Aminu.
Shivering.
You see, you're trying to, you know, as men of the world, you know how things happen, you know, but...
Or overreaction.
What? Overreaction. I don't think I can agree. Overreaction. It's a bit too, like, you know, from my understanding. Yes, Yabero.
I started.
Oh, you started. See, we have tremors of, not pay particular attention to these details. Tremors of the hand, of the lips, and facial muscles. Tremors. Now, then we have disorientation and confusion. Then we have depression. We have anger, insomnia, hallucinations, delusions, illusions. You know, there's a difference between delusions and illusions. Cardiac arrest, that is dangerous. Cocaine baths, as you enunciated. Respiratory arrest is almost in the same area as cardiac arrest. But they are two different areas of arrest anyway. Convulsion or seizures and psychosis. I think that you mentioned shivering.
Yes, sir.
But you see, convulsion, I think, is a bit bigger. It's a higher form of shivering. You understand? I think it's so I would not allow that. For 3 points, mental illness can be managed by 3 different management treatment options. You understand? Now, you'll mention 2, and this is for you alone. It can be managed by 3 different management options. Name 2.
Individual psychotherapy and group psychotherapy.
Individual
psychotherapy and group psychotherapy.
I vividly disagree with you. Yes, Colin.
Use of drugs.
Sorry? You mentioned what? Use of drugs. Well, medical is correct. Put your hands together. At least for 1 point. For 1 point. I think for 1 point. Yes. I will exercise a discretion for him. I mean, he has to take 1. Because it's a medical issue. The biological or pharmacological treatment, the taking of medicines, then the taking of cures, you know, which is the psychological portion of the treatment. And then the social treatment, which is the building the best of life. Ladies and gentlemen, end of round 2.
Corporation and Eastern Star Awards Company respectfully urge all to set 14th October 2020 apart and keep it locked for the grand launch of the 2020 National Energy Quiz TV program to be aired on GBC's radio and networks. Under the distinguished chairmanship of the Gbogbo Mafia of the Asogli State and the President of the National House of Chiefs, Chogbi Afede, the media launch will be held under the theme Achieving SDG 7 and 13, Think Energy, Act Global, Start Local. Remember, it's the 14th of this month at the Elisa Hotel at Accra at 10 a.m. sharp. The event will go live on GTV and all GBC radio stations across Ghana. Attendance is strictly by invitation.
At the end of the second round of this program, John Awuni has 3 points. Amidu Fuseni has 4 points. Colin Skuda has 13 points. Anthony Oyagberu still leads with 21 points.
Yes, applause. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is where we are, and this is a special program which has been organized to mark World Mental Health Day. We are in the final department of the whole exercise, ladies and gentlemen. So we would want to see what would unravel in this particular round of the competition. You know, Anthony Aguero has maintained his leadership, you know, right from the inception of the competition. But this is the third round. All the contestants, you know, are competent. They are capable of surging to the apogee. So let's see what happens in this particular round. The final round, the round of decision and the round of death. Round 3, question 1, Collins. True or false? No two ways. True or false? One attempt. And it is not transferable. Now, the picture WHO painted about mental health services in Ghana has changed very little, even with the passage of the mental health law. Even though mental health services are available at most levels of care, relatively less government provision and funding are allocated to community-based mental health services. True or false? You didn't hear?
Please come again.
But you must, honestly, I would invite you in this column of things, you know, to listen with rapt attention, you know, because I may not repeat the words. Listen, the picture the WHO painted about mental health services in Ghana has to do with the passage of the mental health law. Even though mental health services are available at most levels of care, relatively less government provision and funding are allocated to community-based mental health services. True or false?
True.
It is true. I cannot say that. Was it a conjecture? You hesitated a little. What is a conjecture? In any case, it is true. So you're correct. But with the passage of the Mental Health Law, Act 846 in 2012, a law that was hailed as a progressive one by the WHO and many health advocates. The Mental Health Fund is yet to receive funds from government. True or false?
Palpable false.
Oh, it's a palpable. Hey, it's a palpable falsity.
Oh, it's false.
It is a palpable truth. It is true. Now, but you see, listen with a cocktail. Listen, you know, very attentively before you palpable the answer. Now listen. Now, majority of the people living with mental health conditions consistently benefit from the 3rd% DACF allocation to people with disability because many districts appreciate the fact of psychosocial disability. I mean, is this statement true or false?
Come again, sir.
Majority of the people living with the mental health conditions consistently benefit from 3% DACF allocation to people with disability because many districts appreciate the fact of psychosocial disability.
False.
It is false. It is false. Ghana's mental health sector is heavily dependent on international donors like the United Kingdom Aid, which has made very significant investments in mental health in Ghana and continues to do so, a gesture unmatched by governments whose primary role is to quickly resource the health subsector. True or false? True. True it is. True. I surmise it's a palpable truth, not so. Yes. Yes. John, with apologies to Collins. Now listen. Despite government's free mental health policy, many mental health service users still pay out of pocket for essential medication because these medicines have not been supplied by government for so many years. True or false?
True.
You didn't add palpable. It is correct. Put your hands together Yes, done. I surmise we are still with palpable.
Yes.
Listen, government of Ghana has consistently allocated the 15% WHO recommended health sector budgets to mental health care services. True or false?
It is the same palpable force.
This time it was really palpably false or done. It is palpably false. It's a monumental falsity. Yes, a gigantic one. Yes. Now, Abidu Fusaini, hospitalization is not needed in the treatment of dementia.
It's false.
One touch.
It's false.
It's false. It is true. It is false. It is false. Now, good nutrition is one of the ways of managing dementia.
True.
It is true. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. When one touches the secretions like saliva or urine of someone who has fits, and the person is likely to be infected with the seizure disorders. You understand? When one touches the secretions of someone who has fits, the person is likely to be infected with the seizure disorders.
False.
It is false, of course. Yes, it is false because the palpable truth is that epilepsy is not contagious. Yes. John, is it John?
Yes, sir.
John, are you still palpable?
Yes, sir.
Let's go. When the cause is detected and the appropriate treatment is given, 70% of people living with epilepsy can be seizure-free from 2 to 5 years. Your palpable is diminishing.
Yes, the palpable this time is true.
It is a palpable truth! Thank you. Anthony, I think that we are getting towards the close of these palpabilities. But listen to this one. Since its establishment, the Mental Health Authority has always received funding from the DFID as its external donor.
It's true.
It is true. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, this one will bring us to the end of the whole caboodle of palpabilities. Inadequate mental health funding has led to serious levels of understaffing and the plummeting of staff morale among mental health service providers in Ghana.
True.
It is true. Thank you. A round of applause for all these contestants. For going through this, as it were, out of the world round of the competition. It's a special area, true or false. But listen to this one. Is it Collins? Yeah. Collins, listen. Now, Basic Needs Ghana is a mental health and development advocacy organization which implements projects and promotes initiatives that seek to transform the lives of people with mental illness or epilepsy. Who is the executive director of Basic Needs Ghana?
Peter Badimakiaro.
Peter! This time, remarkably, spectacularly, the answer was marked by the audience, not the quiz master. I did not say it was. They said it was correct. Put your hands together again for it. They marked the answer. Peter Badimakiaro. But in which year was Basic Needs Ghana formed?
2002.
2002. Now, but going out of our local environment, there is this founder of Basic Needs International. Who is he?
Chris Underhill.
Chris Underhill is correct. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Underhill is correct. Now, listen to this one for 3 points. Now, COVID-19 affects different people in different ways. Most infected people will develop mild to moderate illnesses and they may recover without hospitalization. COVID is an acronym. What does it stand for? Of course, this is water off a duck's back.
Coronavirus disease.
I was waiting for your crucifixion. But ladies and gentlemen, he has vindicated all of us. Put your hands together for him. Coronavirus disease. You understand? So it is not simply coronavirus, but coronavirus disease. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that was the penultimate question, the very final question in this round of the competition. And Collins for 3 points. Listen and listen well. Apart from COVID-19, what is the other name for the 2019 novel coronavirus? Virus, this malevolent disease, Apart from COVID-19, which is known worldwide and is commonplace, what is the other name for this 2019 novel coronavirus? There's a special name.
Coronavirus.
Educate us properly. That is miseducation. Yes, John.
Sakov.
Sorry?
Sakov.
That is also a misteaching. Yes, Aminu.
Sir, the question.
You see, COVID-19. But you want to address this one. I mean, got to take you all. You see, COVID-19, that is a popular name. All the children know. But there is another name for the disease.
Coronavirus disease of 2019.
That is the work of veteran what do you know contestants. Yagro.
SARS-CoV-2.
Sorry?
SARS-CoV-2.
Oh, disaster. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a 2019 nCoV. That is how it is, acronym, as it were. 2019 dash nCoV. COV. End of the competition.
Nipa, won bibia hucha no wodo pa. Obia timi ba yen hye mu no bi. Woni wabusu nyina betimi aba bi. Memne da na akwasi ada bia ye hye mu obi di simedua san kyerɛkyerɛ Bible mu. Wona wonya dansefo pa na koma wo.
Yen hye mu ba konso, enye Bible nko ana esua. Wosan tete yen ma yehu nipa mu kasa.
Obia tumi ba Christopher hye mu no bi. Enye Yehowa dansefo nko a.
Wo ba Yehowa dansefo hye mu a, ubenya Bible nkyerɛkyerɛ. Nipa oho bema wani agye na obetumi eyi Onyankopɔn aye.
Yes, sir. Tie memene da nwumre bia na onan kosi no num e wo GTV so.
Ene kwasi ada nwumre bia na onum mpam kosi no nsia mpam. Ye be hwe kwan.
The Ghana Broadcasting Corporation and Eastern Star Awards Company respectfully urge all to set 14th October 2020 apart and keep it locked for the grand launch of the 2020 National Energy Quiz TV program to be aired on GBC's radio and networks. Under the distinguished chairmanship of the Gbogbo Mafia of the Asogli State and the President of the National House of Chiefs, Toby Afada, the media launch will be held under the theme Achieving SDG 7 and 13. Think Energy, Act Global, Start Local. Remember, it's the 14th of this month at the Elisa Hotel at Accra at 10 a.m. sharp. The event will go live on GTV and all GBC radio stations across Ghana. Attendance is strictly by invitation.
Televisa presents.
When someone takes from you what you love the most, and your soul is shredded in pain, the heart becomes of stone and refuses to love again. Albeit a promise.
Hija, prométeme que vas a ir a California. Reconcíliate con tu mamá.
Can restore hope. And even the coldest of hearts.
¿Y quién eres? ¿Y qué haces aquí?
May allow love yet again. Because in this land, the fruit of pain is not always sour. Irina Baeva, Gabriel Soto, and a wonderful cast. Along Came Love.
At the end of the final round of the 2020 World Mental Health Day celebration program, John Awuni, Upper East Region, had 12 points. Amidu Fuseni Wa in the Upper West Region had 16 points. Collins Kuda, Volta Region, 25 points. Anthony Oyagberu, Accra, topped with 33 points.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. In consonance with tradition, should I invite you to put your hands together for Anthony Oyagberu? And now, a brief message from the doyen here, Peter Badimagyaro.
Thank you, Quizmaster, and thank you to fantastic contestants for a very stimulating intellectual exercise. On behalf of the Ghana Smobi Jumadie program and Basic Needs Ghana, and in acknowledgement of UK Aid, we would like to say a big thank you to the contestants and all the people that have come to observe, who are champions in mental health, persons with lived experiences and their caregivers who have seen it all and continue to be advocates for mental health. Mr. Quizmaster, we thank you once again, but say this is just one way of raising the much needed awareness, of changing people's attitudes, and of building the conversation at homes of people, in their vehicles and wherever they find themselves. And we hope that this would reach the powers that be to bring about the change that we so much need in mental health. As the word, the team goes, mental health for all, greater investment, greater access. It's a collective action for all of us in Ghana to live up to and respond to. Thank you very much.
That was palpably stimulating and inspirational. Put your hands together for Mr. Badimagyaro. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And now the second portion of this exercise, the presentation of prizes. We would invite Martha Kofi, Vice President, Mental Health Society of Ghana, for the presentation of the fourth prize. Ladies and gentlemen, this personality had 12 points at the end of the entire competition. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and he is a palpable man. Welcome, John Awuni. John Awuni, yes, he is no doubt a strong what do you know contestant. Ibrahim Musa, community-based rehabilitation advisor, basic needs for the third prize. Ladies and gentlemen, Hamidi Husseini is well known. He has come from Wa, but he lives in Tema. Thank you very much. We would invite Mr. Joseph Mensah, Civil Society Organization, Grants Advisor, Site Savers, Ghana Participation Program for the second prize. Collins Kuda, Volta Region, and for the ultimate prize, we would invite Mr. Peter Yaro, Bodimak, Executive Director, Basic Needs, Ghana, the ultimate prize, the most coveted prize. This individual was come from the school which is known as the Youngsters International. Welcome him. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for all the performances we have seen here today, we have seen and we have heard. We are thankful to God. We've come to the end of the whole enterprise. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord let his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his marvelous countenance upon all of you and grant you peace. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Kulu Allahu Ahadu Allahu. Asama de Lamia Lady. On this note and until the same time, next week, when we give tested from our theology to zoology, and on behalf of my producer, Collins Mensah, Francis Mensah, ladies and gentlemen, Kingsley Abwaji, Collins Mensah, Samuel Logo, Felix Abrevia, Stephen Afakwa, Victoria D, Greg Mingo, Chrysolite Hinkra, William Akwesiakwa, Frank Ado Denchi, and the one indomitable individual, Kanjaga Lagatin. This has been your Quizmaster. Dana Ferrier, what else can you hear? Those are the what? What?